This is dedicated to the love of my life, Fola and I. Happy 8 years anniversary, babe.
Hey guys, welcome back to Living Off Makunle. If you're new to my channel, hello, welcome. My name is Faith and this is my dearest husband,
Fola. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Give us a thumbs up as well if you like this video. And make sure to set your notification as well for alerts when we do put out a new video.
And make sure to comment down below, share this video if you're feeling us, okay? All right, guys, so today, as you can see, Fola is going to be joining me in this video because this video is somewhat dedicated to him. So it is going to be our 8 years dating anniversary, May 25, which by the time I post this video will be, hey, tomorrow. So we decided to pretty much talk about our relationship, like how we started and how we got to where we are today. As we've told you guys before, we're new young couple, but we've been through it, y'all. For our age, we've been through it. Okay. So like I said, May 25th, we're gonna be celebrating 8 years dating. I still celebrate it because it's important to me. Okay?
It is important to me as well.
Oh, good. So we're just gonna share with you guys, how we started and pretty much how did we get to where we are today. If you're excited about this video like we are, please go ahead and continue watching and watch the entire video because what do you think? You think we're pretty lit?
I think so.
I think so too, okay? So keep watching as we continue. Okay. So guys, while we're talking, I'm going to be looking down a little bit, and that's because I am going to be looking at some of our pictures that I'm going to be showing side by side of the pictures I'm talking about when I do edit it. So I'm gonna look down in the pictures and we're just gonna talk about it and pretty much show you our timeline together. If you are new to my channel and don't know this, we have a 7-month-old baby. So if you hear some baby noise in the background, it's Visaya trying to be in the spotlight too. But it's not about her today. It's about us. So, Fifi, hold it. There you go. It's your little teeter. Chill. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and start. So, Fola and I met. Maybe we should bring her into this video just so she chills. So Fola and I met April 21st, 2012 at a Nigerian party. And Nigerian parties are not parties you go alone. You go to party with your parents.
That's right.
So that was where we met. And we talked for like a month, approximately a month before we started dating. Like some people say that's a short time. We knew we were serious about each other from the get-go. But would I even say serious? Yeah, he's laughing because he knows what I'm about to talk about. So I'm gonna let y'all know. Let me spill the tea a little bit. Baby boy here wanted to be friends with Benefit at first.
Hold up. You gotta tell the real story.
Okay, well,
just say
go
friends
ahead.
with benefits.
Tell them the story why.
At the time.
Look at the camera, not me.
At the time, I had a prom date when I had met her. Bless you. And I did not want to date anyone at the time. And so I just essentially said, can we just be friends? During that time period. But clearly figured out that, okay, this is not just a friend zone type of thing. And that's when, I obviously asked you out. So I wouldn't say friends with benefits.
I wish I had this text message. He literally said, do you want to be friends with benefit? And I remember this because I looked at the message and was like, does this guy really think I am that girl? Like, I am not that girl. So while I was trying to test him, what the heck? He texted me right back and was like, I am so sorry. I don't think you're that girl. I am so sorry. Ignore that message. I was like, okay. It was like he read my mind. Like, I remember you are not that boy either.
Yeah.
So did I lie or no?
No.
Okay. Point made. So we went on our first dates together May 25th. And this was the outfit I had on. You're gonna see the outfit. So May 25th was when we went on our first date. We went to the movie theater and watched the movie. And in the middle of the movie, Mr. Man decided to grab my face.
You know, like a gentleman.
No, he made out with me not like a gentleman, but I will never forget that make out kiss. I'm like, okay, sir. But after the movie, we went to go hang out in the car and we're just chilling. And this guy was like, I love you. And I was like, I love you. Please don't tell me you love me. Like, I almost slapped his face. If I
Clarify that.
I slapped his face.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, actually, it was not a big slap. It was maybe a light slap. But it was like, I was like, don't tell me you love me if you don't mean it. And he was like, I really do mean it. I'm like, no, you can say that again when you actually do mean it. Because we've only been talking for a month. How is this guy going to say, I love you? Like, I'm a girl who catches feelings fast. But, in a month, it's a little too fast for me. But yeah, so he asked me out. A week later, he traveled to Nigeria for the summer. And we pretty much had our first 3 months of our relationship on Skype, which I slept a lot in.
Yeah, that was one of the pet peeves early on is Faith actually falls asleep on Skype. I will give you this. I mean, we definitely talk on Skype constantly, throughout our relationships, and it became kind of like a form of communication for us, right? And you guys will later on see that the Bluetooth was at work during that time period. We'd always put like Bluetooth on and talk all day. And then when we got a chance at the end of the day or midday in our room, we'd turn on the computer and kind of chat. So,
yeah. So, first 3 months was through a long distance relationship across the continents, pretty much. On Skype,
we had to actually fight time zone during that time period too.
Yes, because Nigeria is like 6 hours different.
Yep. The 6 hours ahead of the US. So at the time.
Which is still the same now, right?
No, depending on time zone.
True. But pretty much, so it's like when it's time for me to go to sleep, that's when he's waking up, and vice versa. But we had to learn to communicate and make it work. So pretty much the first 3 months of our relationship was tested via Skype. Shout out to Skype. But yeah, so he came back from Nigeria, and then that was, within that 3 months, our relationship really, really grew stronger, which is weird because, you're like, what? You guys didn't even know each other that much, but it worked for us. We talked about everything on Skype. We really got to know each other a lot more within that 3 months via Skype. And when he got back, our relationship just blossomed and it got so much better. Yeah. So, during our relationship, at the beginning stage, that was towards the end of junior year for me and towards the end of senior year for him. Like he said, he had a prom date. So it was a senior year, but ending of my junior year. So we pretty much, spent my senior year, we were dating throughout my senior year of high school, and he wasn't in college yet because he was taking a year off due to what? What's the reason again?
Some other
international issues, pretty much. So, but to us, that issue was a blessing in disguise for us because it's prevented him from going to college while I was still in high school. So we were able to start college together our freshman year together. So within that 1 year where he was at home and I was in high school, we were, working more in understanding each other, growing our relationship together. He would help me with schoolwork. Yes, my college classes. He's a smart guy. So yeah, he would help me with that. We went to my prom together.
That was lit.
You wanna tell them? You wanna tell them about prom night?
Pretty much she had a set time when she was supposed to return back home for prom. Faith really took prom really serious, as she should, and I should. So she made this beautiful outfit. Actually had to be designed by someone, and she took too much time into the detail of the dress and everything. And obviously I put on the white little suit. That was the trend back then, And we had a great time, and she had a set time that she had to be home, that her parents had established for her at about 10 p.m. that night. So
was it 10 p.m.?
Yeah.
That we
It was
left?
no, it was 10
I
p.m.
had to be home by.
Yeah, you had to be home by 10 p.m.
I had to be home by 10 p.m.
Maybe midnight. It was.
Yeah, I had to be
midnight.
home by midnight.
It was probably midnight.
Probably just started at 10 p.m. What?
But yeah, so it was a great time. Definitely enjoyed it.
He's not trying to tell you the real story, but let me not embarrass him. Prom night was pretty great, I would say. I'll let y'all feel it in your head. Get your mind out the gutter. But yeah, so finished my senior year of high school, graduated, my baby was there. We started creating our milestones together, celebrating each other, being there for one another. So like I said, we started college together. Our first picture in college together was right here. So college also tested our relationship because we didn't go to the same university. We were almost 2 hours away from each other. As freshmen, you start seeing other people that you think are cute and whatnot. But when you're in a committed relationship where you and your partner understand that yes, there are temptation, but you both have to be strong for each other and value what you both have, that makes your relationship a lot better and makes long-term relationship not as bad. So that was how Fola and I pretty much our freshman year, we would see each other once a month because we had to tackle, being in college and, school life. It wasn't that easy. At least we didn't think it was that easy because we had the expectations of maintaining the 4.0 GPA throughout college, which we somewhat he did. I had to slack down a little bit. Nursing school was hard for me. But yeah, so first year, what would you say helped our relationship grow and stronger within our first year in college?
I don't know. I would say probably our Skype calls, really, right? We would pretty much my day was like this every day. So I would wake up, get her on Skype, and actually get ready for classes on Skype. Literally, she slept through the night on Skype. And then I would get dressed, go to classes, and then get to study time, and I would get her on Skype again. And it was constantly communicating, sharing moments with each other, and really keeping each other company.
Definitely. We also had Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Walking to class.
So I'm sure a lot of my friends back in college probably thought I was some crazy dude at 18, 19-year-old wearing a freaking Bluetooth all around. In class also.
What people thought of me when they saw I actually asked friends, what was your first impression of me when you first met me? So this was in freshman year, like I said. They're with your Bluetooth, you just look like a bougie girl that has her life together. I'm like, what? Bougie? Definitely not. Maybe a little bougie now, but then now. Had my life together, boy, I'm a freshman like you. But no, it was only because we were always on the phone when we were not in class, keeping each other updated on what was going on And that's something that's very important, in a young relationship, when you're building a relationship. Just that communication, we weren't the couple where we will talk today, go a few days without talking, then go back talking. Like, that was not gonna work with us. Like, we were clingy. Would you say we're clingy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a clingy person.
You clingy.
He's clingy too, okay? So both of us being clingy definitely made the relationship work so much better. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, freshman year went by. We enjoyed, celebrated birthdays together with friends as well. We met our best friends. I met my best friend, Kemi, my freshman year of college, pretty much the first weekend of college, which is pretty great. But back to me and Fola. But yeah, so we would definitely spend every other once a month at least together on the weekends, where he would come over or I would drive over. So this was my first visit at his college. So let's take a picture. We took pictures. Like, we were a couple that take pictures a lot. We love taking pictures. And I think it's because I love taking pictures. And he had to learn to be photogenic.
Yep.
Which he's still working on.
That's right.
I taught him how to pose. So freshman year, was over. Sophomore year, definitely, we became a lot more stronger sophomore year. And I think sophomore year was when we got married.
Yeah, we had the court wedding. Surprise!
Surprise! So sophomore year of college was when we secretly went to go get married. His family knew about it. My family didn't know about it.
Some of your family knew.
Who? Nobody.
No one.
Yeah. Imagine that conversation, telling your African parents, by the way, I have been married for 2.5 years. So yeah.
It was a sacrifice that she made, and and I love her to death for it. Still, we knew we were gonna eventually get married, and made the decision to do it early. So.
Yep, definitely, and definitely don't regret. Yes, mommy. So we got married our sophomore year towards January 2nd, 2015. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, enjoyed life together. Got our first apartment in college because I moved out of the dorm my freshman year. So my sophomore year, we had an apartment under my name or under our names, but he was still coming to visit. So freshman year was once a month. Sophomore year, we learned to tackle our responsibilities with school, learn to prioritize our life together. That then it became every 3 weeks instead of every 4 weeks. So, learning our priorities. And that's something that was really great with Fola and I. We knew our school, and that was something we also told each other moving to college. Our school is a priority for us, and that's because our parents expect us to go to college, do great in college, get our degree before we start thinking about relationship. That is the norm for African parents, Nigerian parents. They expect you to don't have a boyfriend until you are ready to get married. Don't have a man until you are ready to get married. Because if you start dating, they think when you start having a boyfriend or a girlfriend, your grades start going down the drain.
And to be fair, we do have a lot of African, teenagers that don't quite have their priorities straight, right? And so, I could see where that needs to be kind of drilled down in their homes for sure. But I think that for us, understanding our priorities early and kind of making sure that we were aligned before, early on, I would actually say aligned early on in our lives, right? To know that was something that was important to us, and we wanted to definitely knock out and stay studious.
So that we can be great for each other later in life, which I think we're doing pretty good together now. So back to the story. So junior year, went through junior year. I started nursing school.
Yeah.
Junior year, which definitely was harder for us. I would think, in the sense of nursing school is different from your regular prerequisites classes. So
and really, I would even say that time was when I started getting into my core chemical engineering courses, right? And things kind of got a little bit difficult.
Definitely, but of course, we made sure we go to bed, talking to each other, and pretty much talking about our day and the plan for the next day, so that we don't talk much throughout the day. We already have it in our mind. Oh yeah, she said she was gonna be doing all this. He said he was gonna be busy, so it's fine. He's busy. We're just gonna talk at the towards bedtime. So like one thing that we would share if you're in a new relationship, like I said before, communication is definitely important.
Yep.
And it's like a vital part, especially when you're new in a relationship. You have to be able to communicate and understand what are you guys each doing, pretty much. Like if you're the person, if you're like me, if you're a girl like me, who I literally need to know what you're doing and why you're not talking to me. You're my boyfriend, right? So that's why we had the Bluetooth, to make sure he was always letting me know. So yeah, senior year rolled around. I graduated first. I graduated May 2017. He had to graduate a semester late because he took a co-op where he was out of college for a semester working as an intern with a company that he works for now. So look at God. Yup. So yeah, so I graduated. Then we moved in. After I graduated, we got our first apartment together.
Yeah.
So adulthood literally started a lot more for us. May 2017. But he had to go back to college, which is in another state, to finish his semester. So I was left, here to take care of myself and figure out the state and city itself alone. But it was fine, long distance relationship at that point wasn't something that is new to us. Okay, it was not new to us.
And I took trips, right?
Yeah,
To come
definitely
home.
took trips. October 2017. That's my birthday. October 2017, October 6th. For my birthday. So my parents threw me a birthday and graduation party. And this guy also did his little thing October 6th. What'd you do? You want to tell them?
Yeah. So, as she mentioned, like it was gonna be her birthday weekend. Her parents had planned out a big party with a bunch of her friends and some of their family friends as well. And so I knew there was gonna be definitely a lot of like focus on her that weekend, and I wanted to kind of enhance that even further. And so I came up with a plan. So like we said, like we were engaged, we were married through court, right? But doing it the proper Nigerian way, we wanted to at least have like a Nigerian wedding and really, celebrate with our friends and family in a bigger way. And so what I did was I said, well, she still deserves to have that moment of, I do, right? And I essentially planned behind the scene with my best friend. We found a ring for her, and we essentially took it back to a time period where she took pictures for her graduation during high school. And I essentially took it back to that moment and the pose that we had, and essentially had all of her friends and family out there that day. And I was able to actually surprise her and ask her if she would get married to me. And so, yeah, that was what I did.
And even though we were married already, y'all, I still felt so surprised, and like my reaction was so real. Like you wouldn't even think we were already married, because it was like, what? I didn't know he planned all this. Like he made it so extra, and it was a great surprise, because like I used to tell him, like if you were to real propose to me, I want my family to be there. I want my parents, my siblings to be there, my friends, I'm an extra girl, so I just wanted it to be, a little extra. So when he started talking, we were literally at the park where I took my senior year pictures. We went to the same park and we're just taking pictures. And then I started seeing my family show up from nowhere, and I'm like, "What's going on? What's going on?"
It was Ian. Ian. Literally. Fola, what's going on? Ian. We gotta show them that video. I still have it.
So he pretty much shocked me, and I was like, "What?" And then he started talking and blah blah blah, love you, blah blah blah, and then he asked me out. Well, he didn't ask me. But then he asked me to, for real, marry him, and I'm like, "Well, of course, I will." So yeah. So we, that happened. Then we came back home. He graduated college, then moved to our city with me fully. So we've been living together for real, since December 2017. And it's been pretty good. So after he graduated was when we started planning our wedding, because we've always wanted to get married in 2019. So the goal originally was supposed to be May 25, 2019, because it's our anniversary, and literally it fell right on a Saturday, which is pretty unusual, right? So we pretty much know May 25th was supposed to be our wedding day for like 4 years before, but then we had to move the date to June 8th, 2019, due to family reasons, pretty much. So we started saving for our wedding when he moved here. He started work as well, started working in his career as a chemical engineer. We saved for our wedding, had a big extravagant wedding, which, by the way, the video on our wedding day is gonna be coming. So June 8th is our wedding anniversary. So I'm gonna be posting the video of my wedding that week. So watch out for it, okay? My wedding was lit. Our wedding was lit. It was lit. We had cute engagement pictures too. Look at the pictures. They're cute. We are pretty cute. I love my makeup. So we planned for our wedding, started our career together, and then I found that I got pregnant while planning my wedding. So if you just saw my birth story with Fisayo, like I told you guys how did I, go ahead and watch my birth story so you can find out how I found out I was pregnant. And the reason for my reaction was because we were planning a wedding. So we were not expecting to be pregnant. I found out I was pregnant.
It was God's time, okay?
Yes, it was God's time, definitely. But I found out I was pregnant February. My wedding is in June. So imagine my dress I already said yes to a year ago. I had to go alter it and everything. So that was why my reaction was that way. So make sure you, after watching this video, go watch that video. I just posted it. Okay? So here we are. Had our wedding. We have a baby now.
Yeah.
Life is great. We are so thankful to God.
Yeah.
How we started and where we are. We were literally little kids, guys. We were little kids when we started. Did we honestly knew we were gonna end up together, married, and have a family now? Did you really?
Way back then, starting?
Yeah, when we started.
I would say I at least prayed for that. I mean, I had big dreams that, it was going to happen that way, and I'm thankful to God for that. But yeah, I would say definitely after year one, I felt like it was going to be forever.
Oh, that's cute. I don't think I remember when I knew it was going to be forever. Oh yeah, I know when I knew it was gonna be forever. When my dad caught me studying when I was still my senior year of high school. My dad caught me on the laptop, like I was studying and talking to someone at 1 a.m. And my dad snuck up on me and was like, "Who are you talking to? It's 1 a.m. Who are you talking to?" And I'm like, "My friend." "Which friend is that?" "My friend Fola, daddy, he's a smart boy. He teaches me my homework. He helps me with my papers." "Oh, okay. Now that's the kind of friend you want to keep." And Nigerian, like my dad is the Nigerian dad that didn't never wanted to hear that I had a guy friend or friend, a guy as a friend. Like he literally slapped me my freshman year of high school when he saw me walking with a guy and he asked me, "Who is that guy?" And I literally said, "He's my friend." Before I could finish the word friend, my daddy gave me a slap. I will never forget that night. Came senior year, now he's telling me I should keep this guy friend only because he helps me with my homework. Second parents, they can't change. But you know what? We're going to be the same parents. Fisayo, you cannot have a boy. Fisayo, you cannot have a boy until you are ready for marriage. I don't want to hear. Or maybe if you find the one that is smart like your father and help you with your homework, I will accept. But I think that was when I knew, okay, I like him. He's going to be for real. Definitely, I think I also knew Fola was going to be the one, or someone I want to spend the rest of my life with. Pretty early too in our relationship. I say definitely within that first year, because of just how the way he took care of me, the way he was just humble. Like he's so humble, just so humble, super smart. Like I fell in love with his brain first, y'all. Like all those good looks, but his brain, yo.
Yeah.
So he is just just someone that, just the way he took care of me and the way he loved me, I was like, I can love this man for the rest of my life. And I do. Definitely I do. So, we've celebrated, anniversaries together. We've celebrated, friends' marriages together. We've celebrated college. We've celebrated graduations together. Our first NBA game in Miami Heat. We celebrated that together. We've celebrated several birthdays together. We've had a lot of celebration in our lives that we are so thankful for. And going back now and looking at it, it's like, wow, we've really come a long way. We've really come a long way. So I guess this is just what I'm trying to now move on to telling you guys is just explain to you guys how love is real. If you've had your heart broken in the past, which I definitely had my heart broken in the past a few times, or maybe I was the heartbreaker. No, I was not the heartbreaker. I had my heart broken in the past until I met my Prince Charming. So if you're finding love, looking for love, love is out there for you. Like I always tell people, my friends or anyone that I know who are, in a heartbreaking situation, like don't think of, just because you've had one bad relationship or several relationships that have ended badly doesn't mean love isn't real or every guys are trash. Like not every guys are trash. You just technically need to think about, reevaluate what kind of guys are you looking for. What are you looking for in a guy? First, you want to value yourself before you find a guy that's going to value you. You got to love yourself before you find a guy that will love you, because that's very important. Self-love is very important. And so, letting you guys know, love is there, love is real. You can find a partner that you can grow with, get better together. Like, Fola and I weren't exactly who, what our expectation of a guy or of a girl is. Like, did I meet all your check box when we first dating?
No, but you checked the right one. Being able to cook.
He likes food.
Yes, I do.
So yeah, I'm a great cook. So, but yeah, so pretty much like he didn't check all the boxes that I wanted as for a guy. Yes, he was smart. Yes, he's good looking. But I wanted someone that was 6'5", and my guy is 5'11". So sister, don't be looking for this. Calm down, chill. He might not have everything, but you definitely get to grow together and also move yourself towards the people that you want to be. To, you grow together through your mistakes together as well. You get to mold each other to be the best partner for one another. So, through relationship, it's very important. Like, what would you say your what's three main things that has helped our relationship? Like, three key factors that have improved and helped our relationship.
I guess for me, I would say constant communication early on, right? Getting to actually know your spouse or your partner, like try to understand them, what ticks them off, right? Or what makes them happy, understand your love language. Those types of things, as soon as you're able to get those under control early on in your relationship, I think that it helps a lot. Another part of it is just understanding like your priorities, as we said earlier, like what do you both envision for your life to be, right? In 1, 2, 3, 4 years from now, right? And actually discuss that amongst each other. Make sure that you both agree with it early on, and work towards it. Everything's not always going to be smooth. It's not going to be always happy times during your marriage also, or your relationship. Learn to deal with conflicts, right, and manage conflicts between each other.
Which we're still working on.
Which, I mean, it's a constant process, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that as soon as you're able to get those things under control, then your relationship will eventually just grow like naturally. And that's one of the things that I think that's one of the things that I think is essentially a story or a summary of our relationship is, we started it knowing that, hey, we wanted to achieve these certain things and we wanted to do these things together. But I think what's really enhanced our bond for each other is kind of the fact that we look back at where we started and we kind of literally carried each other through, right? We talked about, starting, high school, college, finishing high school together, and, going into college together, working through college together as well, supporting each other, being there for each other in certain moments, and really just sacrificing, right? I think that those would definitely enhance people's relationships and make it a lifetime.
Definitely. And one more thing I'd like to add is also like to think about, like I have a saying, there's a saying that it always stick to me. Do unto others what you want done unto you. So like in our relationship, before I make any actions, I have to think, how is it going to affect Fola? If he did what I'm about to do, if he does it to me, how would I feel about it? So, putting yourself in the other person's shoe before, saying anything, before using words in an argument that will hurt each other, before doing anything that will hurt one another. Like if he does it to me, will I be happy with it or not? So if it's gonna hurt me, if he did it to me, then I want to make sure I don't do it to him, because then I know it's going to hurt him. So that definitely helps in a relationship as well. And just, trusting each other. Sometimes trust can be broken, but you got to work together to build that trust back, and learning from your mistakes that you've made in the past and moving forward into continuing to achieve your goals and your ambitions together. And so with that, so this is Fola and I, pretty much our relationship. And this is our advice to you who is starting a relationship or trying to mend a relationship. If you think the person is worth it, keep trying, keep talking to each other. Something that also helped Fola and I when we started our relationship, from the beginning, it was like every month we will sit down or be on the phone together and we will talk to each other like what worked during our relationship this month. We would so what worked well for us? What is something that you don't like about me that I do? And he will ask me the same thing. So we talk about it to also get to understand, our likes and dislikes, what ticks each other off. So like, oh, I don't like when you raise your voice, when I'm talking, okay, I got that. So next time I don't do it. So each month, pretty much for like the first 5 years of our relationship, it was, what worked, what didn't work, what could we change, what could we improve in ourselves and also in our relationship to make it stronger and better. And that definitely goes a long way. So I would also advise you to also implement this system into your relationship to better understand your partner. Yeah.
I think you covered it.
Okay. All right, guys. So this concludes our "How Did We Got Here" video and our little advice to you guys. So again, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it or liked one or two things from what we discussed about, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below, if you have any questions about relationship, either our relationship or relationship in general. We're not in no shape or form a marriage counselor. We're not therapists. We're just talking based on our own personal experience that has worked for us. So if you have any question, comment down below. Feel free to share this video with friends, family, whomever. It's so great. Thank you one more time for watching. Don't forget to subscribe as well, because we lit. All right. Fola is trying to be an extrovert here. All right, guys. I will see you in my next video.